Shalom. Shalom, Yashala, Shalom, Yashala, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Quadash, Ha'olim La, Al-Hayanawa, Abanawa, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Quadash. Divine City elect elders of Israel that rule well, strong salutations to you brothers out there that labor in sound doctrine and sincerity. Yahweh Ba'ashem, Shah, bracket them to the hopeful elect, and peace, blessings, and salutations to the house of David, the elect. And the title of this video is, They're Gonna Be Willing. They're gonna be willing, man. Alright? This ministry, Yahweh Shah is about to give his ministry great fame and praise in every land where his servants have been put to shame. And see, when the Lord, Yahweh Shah, starting with King David, give his men that power, the tabernacle of David, starting with King David, and a mighty man that you read about in 2 Samuel 23rd chapter. All right, these people out here gonna be willing. They're gonna be willing, man. You know, they're gonna be willing. And this ain't no game, this ain't no joke. Let me get Amos real quick. This is Amos chapter 9, verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Lord, Yahweh power, are upon the sinful kingdom, right? His angels, his reporters, his messengers. All right, the eyes of the Lord are the angels, man. All right, they don't want to go to and fro. And they give a report back to Yahweh Shah. They watch it, they constantly watch it. Day and night, 24/7. All right, watching everything and writing it down. It says, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth, right? So these reports, so Babylon is great, as long as these other, as well as these other countries, have been getting bad reports from the angels to Yahweh Shah. So the Lord is going to do something about it. That's why Revelation 20 says the books will open and the judgment will set. All right, nobody gets away, man. It says, saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob, says Yahweh, right? No, I don't say I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob. Because the house of Jacob, all right, the 12 tribes are it's where you found the 12 tribes of Israel. The majority of the Israelites, I'm gonna say the majority of the 12 tribes, all right, where they'll be found together at, where they'll be dwelling together. All right, since you say Judah and Israel were pressed together, are in the sinful kingdom. Now the sinful kingdom is what? Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon, land of the north, aka America, United States of America, man. All right, because the Lord gonna redeem a remnant, a third out of the land of this wicked place, man. Verse 9, for lo, I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, right? Like as corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, right? So all the sinners, 2/3, and all you rebels, so 2/3 in America, and the rest of the rebels out there in the four corners of the earth, you're going to die by the sword. Because you're not reading the book of life. You're not going to enter into that second covenant. It says, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. And that sword is Esau. All right? We say that evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. And that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen and close up the breaches thereof. Right? So you're gonna see that full fruition when this is going on. All right, and people gonna get a glimpse of that when the ministry is being elevated. You know, like Yahweh Shah's miracles. All right, the tabernacle of David are gonna be doing those miracles, man. You know, it says, "And closes the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as the days of old." So that's when it ain't just gonna be ministry miracles. All right, it's gonna be combat miracles as well. You know, the shit that you see on the movies, all right, on the television screen, anime, comic books. That's gonna be a reality, man. That's gonna be the combat miracles. That's Yahweh Shema Shai, all right, putting his spirit back on the earth. You know, like, you know, with like Samson, King David, mighty men of David, all right, the Maccabees, that combat warlike spirit that's involved in miracles. So like with Elijah running fire down from heaven and slaying two captains in their 50s, all right. So Elijah slew 100 men. First, what it was a captain, and this 50 came, slew him with fire down from heaven. Another captain, and 50 came, fire down from heaven, killed them. So that's 100 men, 100 plus men. And then the next captain, and 50 came, and they was begging for mercy. You know, so this is, you know, so the servants of the Lord, how about Shema Shai gonna fight? And when that's happening, people gonna be willing in that day, cause it's gonna be like that's why Yahweh Shai said you're gonna do these miracles. And greater works than these shall you do, because I go to my Father. See, Yahweh Shai, he wasn't fighting that time. And this time, the servants are gonna do what Yahweh Shai did as far as elevate the ministry for the world, right? And also, it's gonna be the time for the servants to fight, man. You know, it's gonna be time for the servants to fight. Amos 9:11, it said, in that day, will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins. So when the miracles happen, Esau not gonna be able to just come up against the men and just take us like they took Yahweh Shai, man. No, man, it's gonna be the Lord's gonna meet these devils with a resistance. All right, something that's never ever seen before on the level that's about to happen. It says, and close the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all the heathen which are called by my name, saith Yahweh that doeth this. Right. Obadiah 21. And Savior shall come up upon Mount Zion and judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be Yahweh's. You know, that's the correct understanding of that. You know, get to the point. All right, so let me go to Psalms 110. Go to Psalms 110. All right, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 110, verse 1. A Psalm of David, Yahweh said unto my Lord, Yahweh Shai, sit thou at my right hand, till I make thy enemies thy footstool. Yahweh shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion. Rule thou in the midst of thy enemies. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. Right. Because like Yahweh Shai said, if my kingdom was of this world, then my servants will fight. That's the day of Yahweh Shai's power, man, when his servants gonna fight, man. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, and the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning. Thou hast the dew of thy youth. Come. That has to do with our youth. So the people gonna be willing, man. Just like as the multitude follow Yahweh Shai. I'm going to 2 Samuel. It's 2 Samuel chapter 23 and verse 1. It says, now these be the last words of David. David, the son of Jesse, said, and a man who was raised up on high, the anointed of the God of Jacob, and the sweet psalms of Israel, said, the spirit of Yahweh spake by me, and his word was in my tongue. The power of Israel said, the rock of Israel spake to me. He that ruleth over men must be just, ruling in the fear of God. Yahweh Shema Shai. Before, and he shall be as a light of the morning when the sun riseth, even a morning without clouds, as the tender grass springing out of the earth by clear shining after rain. Although my house be not so with Yahweh, yet he hath made with me an everlasting covenant, ordered in all things and sure, for this is all my salvation and all my desire, although he make it not to grow. Verse 6, but the sons of Belial shall be all of them as thorns thrust away, because they cannot be taken with hands. But the man that shall touch them must be fenced with iron and the staff of a spear, and they shall be utterly burned with fire in the same place. These were the names of the mighty men whom David had. All right, and it's pretty much talking about these men, the men that shall touch them, right? So this is that cavalry, man. This is that military of Israel. This is these saviors, man. This is that power, that servant who is going to pretty much fight to the leading fighting force, man. This is that fighting force of Israel, the tabernacle of David, man. All right, these be the names of the mighty men whom David had. The Techmanite that sat in the seat, chief among the captains. The same was Adino the Eznite. He lifted up a spear against 800 whom slew at one time. Right, and Adino was he was chief among the captains. He was right under Joab. So it was Joab, Adino, right? Joab, Adino, Eleazar, Shammah, Abishai, right? And Benaniah. You know, that was the first 5. All right. But right with that, no, let me see. It was Joab. No, that was the first 6, right? It was Joab, right? Adino, Eleazar, Shammah, Abishai, right? It was Abishai and Benaniah, right? So that's 6, right? That's 6, right? Anyway, let me go to Song of Solomon. This Song of Solomon, chapter 4 says, thy neck is like a tower of David, building for an army, whereon there hang 1,000 bucklers, all shields of mighty men. You know, and that's that's what 2 Samuel. Really go there again. 23 and 7 says, but the man that shall touch them, I'm sorry, verse 6, but the sons of Belial shall be of all of them as thorns thrust away, because they cannot be taken with hands. But the men shall touch them, right? It's going to thrust away the sons of Belial, right? But the men that shall touch them must be fenced with iron and established with spirit, and they shall be utterly burned with fire in the same place, right? So this is that, if you will, that spec ops, the special operation, that fighting force. Like, how about Shema Shah gonna raise up the tabernacle of David, man? Gonna do this again. Let me go to Zephaniah. So people gonna be willing in that day, man. Zephaniah 3. And it's gonna bring about a great fame and all that, just like with David. And you know, David had slain his 10,000. Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 19, it says, behold, at that time I will do all that afflict thee, and I will save her that hostile and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. At that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith Yahweh. All right, and that's starting with the tabernacle of David, man. It begins with the house of David. So with that, giving our praises to Yahweh by Hashem Ashai, by Hashem Rakah Kodash. All right, detail that to America about soon come out. Shalom, shalom to the lake, man. Shalom.